दिख रहा है ना, दिख रहा है ना, दिख रहा है ना। उसको दिख रहा है ना हम लोग।
ये दूसरी वाली माइक आप ले लो अपने हाथ में, ये आप ले लो, ये वाली माइक भी है।
Finance Minister is expected to reach in 5 minutes. I again request you all to please keep the mobile phones in silent mode.
पूरी वो ऐसी लाइन रुक रही है। नीलू तेरा अच्छा आज खत्म हो जाएगा। संध्या बड़ा कल तो ऑफिस जाना है यार।
The Honorable Finance Minister and other dignitaries leave the auditorium. The high tea arrangements for the dignitaries and Principal Chief Commissioners of Income Tax are made just outside the auditorium on the left-hand side. They may proceed from the side exit towards the left-hand side. For the awardees and their family members, the high tea arrangements are made towards the right-hand side of the auditorium. You may kindly use the back exit at the right-hand side to proceed for high tea. For media, the high tea arrangement is made on the right-hand side of the auditorium. The media may please use the side exit. The ITO and other officials, high tea has been arranged on the 5th floor. For officers of the level of ACIT till Chief Commissioners of Income Tax, high tea arrangements have been made on the ground floor of the E2 block.
Speechless. Likewise.
देख मजबूरी जैसी इशू है, इशू नहीं कर सकते, घर बाहर में हम जा नहीं सकते,
भूख लगी होगी तो खा नहीं सकते,
गाली देनी है नहीं दे सकते।
तब समझ आ रहा है।
The Honorable Finance Minister has arrived. All are requested to please rise.
Okay, she has arrived. I'll be next to her. Next.
Namaskar. Honorable Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji. Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishanrao ji. Chairman CBDT, Shri Nitin Gupta sir. Member Admin CBDT, Srimati Anuja Sarangi ma'am. Members of CBDT, officers and officials of the Income Tax Department, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to welcome you all to the prestigious Finance Ministers Award Ceremony 2022. जन एवं जनतंत्र और निकट हो, कर संग्रह और सुगम हो, प्रगति और विकास देश के कोने कोने में प्रतिध्वनित हो, इसी संकल्प एवं मंगल कामना के साथ हम आज का कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ करते हैं. I request the honorable dignitaries on dais to kindly proceed to light the ceremonial lamp. The lead singer of the choir is Srimati A.B. Sri Lakshmi from Hyderabad. All the members of the choir for Saraswati Vandana are our own officials from Hyderabad and New Delhi. I now request Chairman CBDT, Shri Nitin Gupta sir, to welcome the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, with a bouquet of flowers in memento. अध्यक्ष महोदय से निवेदन है कि वे माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी को पुष्पगुच्छ एवं स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर उनका स्वागत करें। Present the bouquet of flowers in memento to the Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Bhagwat Kishanrao Kararji. I now request Chairman CBDT, Shri Nitin Gupta sir, to present the welcome address.
Honorable Minister of Finance, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Ministers of State, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, and Dr. Bhagwat Kishanrao Kararji, members of CBDT, officers and officials of the department, award winners and their family members, members from the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm namaskar. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Finance Minister Award Ceremony 2022 of the Income Tax Department. Ma'am, the department has been performing dual role of service provider for taxpayer services and enforcement agency for tax compliance. It has moved towards graded compliance management with focus on improving voluntary compliance. The same is reflected in the vision of the department, which is to partner in nation building process through progressive tax policy, efficient and effective administration, and improved voluntary compliance. This new governance model demands a dynamic workforce with a new outlook. Ma'am, the Income Tax Department comprises over 45,000 employees, and all the milestones achieved by the department are a reflection of the hard work put in by all of them. The challenge has been to motivate and equip them with enough skill so as to meet the real requirements and to achieve the potential of each official of the department. In line with the missions of the department to continuously upgrade skills and build a professional motivated workforce, we have in the recent past come up with several initiatives like capacity building and mentoring program. The Finance Minister's Award Scheme is one such initiative undertaken under the able guidance of the Honorable Finance Minister to instill enthusiasm amongst the employees of the department and to boost their morale. Last time, the FM awards were presented in 2017, but due to the onset of pandemic, the awards could not be presented in subsequent years. I am delighted that we are organizing this award ceremony this year, and I congratulate all the awardees. Ma'am, your presence here in this event inspires us all to be more motivated and nudges us to do still better. The Finance Minister Award is conferred upon select employees from the Income Tax Department who, by their innovative ideas, special efforts, and commitment to duty, have contributed in promoting excellence in the field of direct taxation. The awardees are chosen after a rigorous selection process. It's a multi-layered selection process wherein the contribution made by the potential candidates has been assessed on various quality parameters and standards of service. An encouraging number of nominations were received in various areas of work of the department. Though we are honoring 26 of our officers and employees for their exemplary contribution on this occasion, it has been the collective effort of all the officers and employees of the department in attaining new heights. I am sure that this award will also inspire other members of the income tax family to excel in their respective area of work. Ma'am, under your able guidance, it has been our concerted endeavor to improve taxpayer experience, widen the tax base, and to further digitize our administrative and legal processes. These initiatives have borne results. In financial year 21-22, department collected 14.09 lakh crore, which is an all-time high collection. The momentum continues in the current financial year with net direct tax collections of rupees 7.04 lakh crore at a growth rate of about 23% over the corresponding period of the preceding year. Ma'am, we are greatly and deeply grateful to you for the way you supported us last year when our newly launched e-filing portal threw up challenges. We know, ma'am, that you had to personally weather a lot of criticism on this account, but what will remain etched in our hearts and minds is that you continued to support us and reposed confidence in us. With your support, we were able to navigate such challenges, and our success is vindicated by the stabilization of new e-filing portal. This is exemplified by glitch-free July e-filing season, where 5.83 crore returns were filed for assessment year 22-23. A record number of more than 72 lakh returns were filed on a single day. Our success in adoption of digital technology in the service of taxpayers is further established by the increase in the quickness of processing of returns filed during the current fiscal. Almost 93% of the duly verified returns have already been processed. There is almost 5-time increase in the number of refunds issued so far compared to the preceding year. In terms of amount, a sum of rupees 1.441 lakh crore has already been issued as refund so far in the current financial year, registering a growth of 83% over that in the corresponding period of the preceding year. Before I close my address, I would like to draw the attention of this august House to the thoughts expressed by the Honorable Prime Minister on this Independence Day. Honorable Prime Minister emphasized that the nation is entering into decade, that is technological decade, where we need to focus upon technology-driven processes in all areas so that we can take the country forward to a Viksit Bharat in Amrit Kal. In line with the spirit of the address of the Honorable Prime Minister, we, the Income Tax Department, assure you, ma'am, that we will work to ensure the growth of direct tax collection through is to make India a Viksit Bharat in Amrit Kal. With these words, I again extend a warm welcome to all to this award function, which celebrates excellence, innovation, and perseverance required for effective contribution by the Income Tax Department in nation building. Thank you. Jai Hind.
थैंक यू सर। भारत की सामाजिक एवं आर्थिक प्रगति में आयकर विभाग के योगदान को दर्शाती एक लघु फिल्म आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत है।
प्रगति के पथ पर, विकास के रथ पर, हर मुश्किल राह में, नए भारत की चाह में हम चले हैं साथ साथ, हम चलेंगे साथ साथ, कदम से कदम मिलाकर देश के विकास के हर संकल्प को सिद्धि तक पहुंचा रहे हैं आयकर दाता। और हर बार बेहतर होती सेवाओं से आयकर दाताओं के लिए कर व्यवस्था को मजबूत कर रहा है आयकर विभाग। 2014 में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सबका साथ सबका विकास, 2019 में सबका विश्वास और 2021 में सबका प्रयास का मूल मंत्र दिया, जो भारत को विकास की नई ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंचा रहा है और आजादी की अमृत वेला में विकसित राष्ट्र बनने का लक्ष्य लेकर चल पड़ा है हमारा देश। To realize this vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Income Tax Department, under the guidance of Honorable Finance Minister, has embarked on a mission of simplification, rationalization, and digitization to make tax compliance simpler. Such initiatives include mobile services like Aykar Setu, Vivad Se Vishwas scheme in order to amicably resolve taxpayer disputes. 3 major reforms to honor the honest taxpayers of the nation and to increase the transparency in taxation. A series of litigation management measures to facilitate ease of tax compliance. CPC 2.0 for faster processing of returns and to cater to the growing numbers of taxpayers. Pre-filled returns to further smoothen taxpayers' experience while return filing. Annual information system for a comprehensive view of an entity's tax-related information. And ITRU, which provides a window of 2 years after the end of the assessment year to easily update returns. With these facilitation measures in place, the department is heading towards becoming a truly taxpayer-centric administration through extensive use of artificial intelligence and data analytics in its core processes. Inspired by the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, rationalization of tax rates have been done to provide a boost to the manufacturing sector and flagship programs like Make in India and Startup India. India today has one of the most competitive tax rates in the world. Aimed at strengthening the trust between government and industry, retrospective taxation measures were done away with. And India is also working to implement international best practices by being actively involved in the efforts to tackle base erosion and profit shifting. Undeterred by the pandemic and its impact on global economy, the Income Tax Department saw the highest ever collection of direct taxes till date at Rs 14,09,000 crores in financial year 21-22. And robust growth continues in tax collection during financial year 22-23. Efforts of the department to widen tax base have also shown results, as the number of returns filed during financial year 21-22 stood at 7.14 crores against 6.97 crores in the preceding year. During financial year 22-23, 6.22 crore returns were filed till 17th September 2022. The Income Tax Department strives to create new benchmarks every year in return filing experience. The department had set up help desks, war rooms, and deployed monitoring tools and alert management systems, which led to the creation of several new records in the 2022 filing season. Consequently, the highest ever rates of return filing were seen this year, culminating a record highest 72.4 lakh ITRs filed in a single day, and the highest per hour rate of ITR filing at 5,17,000 returns. Also, out of the 5.58 crore e-verified returns, more than 93% ITRs were processed by 17 September 2022, and refunds amounting to rupees 1.35 lakh crore were issued till 17 September 2022, higher by 83% over the corresponding period in the preceding year. The effort of the department to incorporate technology in its core processes, while also hand-holding the taxpayers on its portal and social media handles, has benefited the taxpayers. The Income Tax Department has reached out to the smallest of the taxpayers in the remotest part of the country through various outreach programs, including Mulaqat in Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, and NER Converses in the northeastern region. Another outreach initiative is Samvad, where interactive chat sessions are held on topics relevant to taxpayers, tax professionals, business and the Aykar Parivar. We are also reaching out to the taxpayers of today and the taxpayers of 2047 to build tax awareness and tax culture. In a first for the department, Union Finance Minister Shrimati Nirmala Sitharaman recently launched a series of board games and comic books to spread tax awareness in a fun manner. आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव पर देश के अमृत काल में आयकर विभाग पूर्ण प्रतिबद्धता से अपना दायित्व निभाने का वचन देता है। नए भारत को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाने के लिए पूर्ण प्रयासों के साथ देश निर्माण में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान देते हुए स्वयं को उन्हें समर्पित करता है।
With record direct tax collections year after year, improved voluntary compliance and progressive tax policy, the Income Tax Department truly provides steel to the structure of government. I now request Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishanrao Kararji, to address the gathering.
आज फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर अवार्ड सेरेमनी इस प्रोग्राम के टाइम व्यासपीठ पर उपस्थित ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण जी मैडम, मेरे कलीग एमओएस फाइनेंस पंकज जी चौधरी, श्री नितिन जी गुप्ता चेयरमैन सीबीडीटी, श्रीमती अनुजा सारंगी मेंबर ऑफ सीबीडीटी, देवियों और सज्जनों, आज का दिन इनकम टैक्स के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। जिन लोगों ने दिन रात कड़ी मेहनत करके और इनोवेशन के साथ एक नया रिकॉर्ड बनाया है, उन लोगों का आज गौरव फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर मैडम के हाथ से हो रहा है। और हमारे भारत के प्रधानमंत्री माननीय मोदी जी का सपना है हमारे देश की इकोनॉमी बढ़कर $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बढ़ाना है। और इस अवसर पर मैं इतना ही बताना चाहता हूं कि अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट अलग अलग सेक्शंस में काम हो रहा है, लेकिन माननीय फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर मैडम ने जब कोविड के टाइम आत्मनिर्भर भारत के जो पैकेज दिए, उस पैकेज के माध्यम से जो अपने देश में काम हो गया, तो उसी का एक रिजल्ट बोल के जो हमारी इकोनॉमी अच्छी तरह से बढ़ रही है, और बढ़ रही नहीं तो एक देश पूरे दुनिया में 5वीं नंबर की इकोनॉमी बोल के भारत आगे आया है। आज मैं बताना चाहता हूं कि आज मैं बताना चाहता हूं, माननीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी, फाइनेंशियल डेवलपमेंट और डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्म का बहुत ही अच्छा काम पूरे देश में चल रहा है। उसी तरह मैं एक बात बताना चाहता हूं, जैसे जनधन अकाउंट को हम लोगों ने आधार को अटैच किया है, वैसा ही पैन कार्ड को अगर अटैच करे तो ये काम चल रहा है, लेकिन और तेजी से करे तो बहुत ही उसका इफेक्ट हो सकता है। अभी मैं जब फिल्म देख रहा था, जो फिगर्स आ रहे तो बहुत ही अच्छे फिगर्स इस साल के भी फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट के आ रहे, लेकिन अभी नए नए रिफॉर्म्स के माध्यम से अलग परफॉर्म्स हो रहे, ट्रांसफॉर्म्स हो रहे, और एक इनकम टैक्स जो पहले पावर सेंट्रिक था, अभी पीपल सेंट्रिक टैक्स, पीपल के लिए टैक्स, पीपल सेंट्रिक टैक्स बन चुका है। और एक टैक्स पेयर को सर्वोत्तम सुविधा देने के लिए डायरेक्ट टैक्स में भी नए नए रिफॉर्म्स लाए हैं। ई सहयोग, फेसलेस असिस्टमेंट, विवाद से विश्वास जैसी योजनाओं से ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस में भी बढ़ती हो रही है। डाटा एनालिसिस और एआई जैसी नई टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से ट्रांसपेरेंट और अकाउंटेबल टैक्स सिस्टम बनने का प्रयास हो रहा है। एनुअल इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम द्वारा फेसलेस हैंड होल्डिंग की सुविधा भी टैक्स पेयर को आसानी से टैक्स रिटर्न भरने की मदद कर रही है। तो अलग अलग रिफॉर्म जैसे के माध्यम से अच्छा काम हो रहा है, और मुझे भरोसा है कि आने वाले टाइम में इनकम टैक्स जो अभी जो फिगर थी 14.1 करोड़ उससे ज्यादा हो सकेगी, और हमारा जो सपना है आत्मनिर्भर भारत और हमारी $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी वो जल्दी ही हम पूरा पाएंगे। ऐसे इन शब्दों के साथ जिन लोगों को आज आवाज मिल रहा है उनको मैं अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूं, और उन्हीं के तरफ से और जो अधिकारी उनके तरफ से अधिक अपेक्षा करते हुए मैं मेरे वाणी को विराम देता हूं। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सर। मैं अब माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी से अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे सभा को संबोधित करें।
मंच पर उपस्थित वित्त मंत्री आदरणीय श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी, हमारे मित्र भगवत कराड़ जी, सीबीडीटी के चेयरमैन श्री नितिन गुप्ता जी, मेंबर सीबीडीटी श्रीमती अनुजा सारंगी जी, एवं उपस्थित हमारे सभी अधिकारी, उनके परिवार से आए हुए सदस्यगण, भाइयों और बहनों, सबसे पहले तो मैं वित्त मंत्री पुरस्कार 2022 के सभी नेताओं को बधाई देना चाहता हूं। पुरस्कार जीतना इन नेताओं की कड़ी मेहनत और समर्पण का पराकाष्ठा है। मैं आयकर विभाग द्वारा अपने कर्मचारियों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए की गई इस पहल की भी सराहना करता हूं। हालांकि कोविड-19 महामारी में अनेक बाधाएं उत्पन्न की, लेकिन इस सब तरह के समारोह को फिर से आयोजित होते हुए देखना खुशी की बात है। ये आने वाले समय में बेहतर और आशातीत भविष्य का संकेत है। ये पहल सभी कर्मचारियों, विभाग को अपना सर्वश्रेष्ठ देने और निर्धारित लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने के लिए कड़ी मेहनत करने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करेगी। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो मंत्र है, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका प्रयास और सबका विश्वास के मूल मंत्र के साथ हमें आगे बढ़ना है। हम आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं और हमारे अगले 25 वर्षों में देश को नई ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाने के लिए लक्ष्य निर्धारित करना होगा। हमारे युगदृष्टा प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में और वित्त मंत्री महोदया के नेतृत्व में प्रत्यक्ष कर विभाग द्वारा कर के क्षेत्र में महत्वपूर्ण सुधार आरंभ किया गया है। चाहे डेटा एनालिटिक्स और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के उपयोग द्वारा फेसलेस सेवा को लागू किया गया है। करदाता को सशक्त बनाने और कर प्रणाली को पारदर्शी बनाने में आयकर विभाग की भूमिका अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। सरकार द्वारा किए गए विधायी और प्रशासनिक सुधारों तथा आयकर विभाग द्वारा गठित कठिन एवं अथक प्रयास द्वारा इन्हें लागू किए जाने के परिणाम स्वरूप करदाताओं को स्वैच्छिक अनुपालन में बढ़ोतरी हुई है और करदाताओं की संख्या के साथ साथ रिटर्न फाइल करने वालों की संख्या में भी उल्लेखनीय वृद्धि हुई है। मैं ये रेखांकित करना चाहूंगा कि आयकर विभाग ने रिटर्न और रिफंड की मैनुअल प्रोसेसिंग से लेकर एक ही दिन में 72 लाख ITR की ई फाइलिंग तक का लंबा सफर तय किया है और इस तरह आयकर प्रशासन के क्षेत्र में अपने विश्व में एक अग्रणी मुकीम हासिल किया है। आज विश्व के कई देश आपकी तरफ बड़ी उम्मीद भरे नजरों से देख रहे हैं और आपके हर कदम से कुछ नया सीख रहे हैं। मैं यहां कहना चाहूंगा कि अभी विभाग में मेरे अभी तक के सफर में मैंने पाया है कि परेशानियां अभी भी हैं, कठिनाइयां अभी भी पार करनी है, साथ ही लगातार मेहनत अभी भी करते रहना है। लेकिन इन सब के साथ साथ आपको यह ध्यान रखना है कि सुधार की राह में जो कदम आगे बढ़ गए हैं उन्हें कमजोर नहीं पड़ने देना है, बल्कि और मजबूती से जमाना है, इतनी मजबूती से कि आने वाले पीढ़ियों के लिए यह कदम मील का पत्थर साबित हो जाए। मैं दोहराना चाहूंगा कि आयकर परिवार नए रास्ते पर चलने के लिए दृढ़ संकल्प है और अथक प्रयास के साथ प्रगतिशील है तथा आयकर परिवार ने इस साबित भी किया है कि चाहे कंप्यूटरीकरण हो या अनुपालन प्रबंध हो या करदाता सेवाएं हो, विभाग समय की आवश्यकताओं के साथ विकसित हुआ है एवं इस क्रम में निर्बाध रूप से सुबोधित करने का काम किया है। यही नहीं, आयकर परिवार ने सेवा उन्मुख एजेंसी और प्रवर्तन एजेंसी होने के बीच संतुलन स्थापित किया है। करदाताओं की सीमाओं को तय करते हुए कर चोरी का पता लगाती है, साथ ही करदाताओं के अधिकारों और कर्तव्यों को संहिताबद्ध करते हुए करदाता सेवाओं को अपना प्रमुख ध्येय बनाती है, गर्मामयी ढंग से अपनी हर भूमिका निभाती है। किसी भी परिवार की आधारशिला परिवार के सदस्य और उनके रिश्ते होते हैं। इसी तरह आयकर परिवार के सदस्यों को भी प्रेरित करने के लिए उनके प्रति हमारे प्यार की प्रदर्शित करना बहुत आवश्यक है। आज के ये पुरस्कार मात्र कागज का एक प्रमाण पत्र नहीं है, वरन परिवार के सदस्यों के प्रति हमारे निश्चल प्रेम और सद्भाव की निशानी है। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि एक तरफ जहां वो अच्छा काम करने वालों को हौसला देगी, वहीं दूसरी तरफ से सभी को और भी अच्छा काम करने की प्रेरणा देगी। हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में आप सभी से गुजारिश करता हूं कि अमृत काल का समय है, हमारे देश के विकास में बहुत अहम है, अतः इस समय आपकी भूमिका और भी महत्वपूर्ण हो जाती है। आपके कार्य करने से सरकार शेष सभी सुधारों को लागू करने में सक्षम होती है। आपकी किसी भी परेशानी में मैं और मेरा कार्यालय आपके साथ खड़े हैं। आपकी हर समस्या मेरी समस्या है और मैं इस रूप में इसके समाधान की कोशिश करता हूं। बदले में मुझे आपके काम में इतनी शिद्दत की उम्मीद है कि आप अपनी प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में एवं वित्त मंत्री महोदया के नेतृत्व में एक नया मुकाम दे सकें। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आज के हमारे जितने पुरस्कार प्राप्त करने वालों को पुनः मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री महोदय, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। I now request the Honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji to release the new series of income tax digital comic. This edition is being released in 5 languages which include Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu and English. I request the honorable dignitaries to release the physical copy of the comic book as well. The comic book series aimed to introduce nuances of taxation to the future generation. Revenue is the backbone of administration. For an efficient revenue administration, the tax officials need to perform a dual role. Apart from proficiency in taxation laws and procedures, they have to be simultaneously attuned to the aspirations of people. The Finance Minister's Award recognizes the contribution and celebrates the achievements of the officers and officials of the Income Tax Department who have shown excellence in performance of public service. I request the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to present the prestigious Finance Minister's Award 2022. Shri Pankaj Pruthi, ACIT, CBDT, New Delhi, for his contribution towards taxpayer service through social media. Srimati Rathi N, ITO, Karnataka region, for her efforts towards taxpayer service and grievance redressal. Shri Kaushal Kishore Singh, MTS, Directorate of HRD, Delhi, for providing back-end support for launch and smooth functioning of Sparrow. Shri Yaram Vijay Bharat Reddy, Inspector, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana region, for assistance in setting up digital forensics lab. Shri Vishesh Prakash, ACIT, NAFAC, New Delhi, for his contribution towards smooth functioning and transition to faceless regime. Shri Farhad Khan, Additional CIT, NFAC, New Delhi, for his contribution towards acceptance of RuPay payment system in Singapore. Shri R. Sundar, Administrative Officer, Tamil Nadu region, for development of office management software. Shri P. Chandramohan, JCIT, Kerala region, for detecting refund scam through misuse of PAN. Shri V. Murali Kannan, ITO, Kerala region, for use of digital forensic tools to detect unaccounted income. Shri K.A. Sandosh Kumar, ITO, Kerala region, for tax recovery through auctions. Shri Parveen Sharma, ITO, Northwest Region, for tax recovery through attachments. Shri Yashendra Garg, Additional CIT Northwest Region, for establishing the presence of department in difficult and untouched areas. Shri Narendra Singh, DDIT, West Bengal Region, for detecting tax evasion by organized syndicate. Shri UN Dilip, DCIT, Tamil Nadu Region, for attachment action under Benami Properties Act. Shri P.S. Shiva Shankaran, Additional DIT, Tamil Nadu Region, for exemplary work in election expenditure monitoring. Shri Amit Kumar Singh, Additional CIT, Pune Region, for busting bogus deduction claims scam. Shri Satyakam Datta, DCIT Northeast Region, for conducting search operations in remote and militant infested areas. Shri E. Sridhar, Additional CIT, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana Region, for widening tax base through TDS surveys. Shri M.S. Netrapal, Additional CIT, Karnataka Region, for investigation in area of foreign remittances. Shri Anand Mohan, CIT, Mumbai Region, for effective representation before ITAT in black money cases. Shri Kamlesh Chandra Varshne, Joint Secretary, TPL, New Delhi, for contribution towards tax policy matters and Vivad Se Vishwas scheme. Shri Abhishek Sarkar, ITO, West Bengal Region, for his contribution towards infrastructure development. Srimati K. Jayalata, ITO, Tamil Nadu Region, for launching prosecution against fraudulent sale of property by taxed defaulter. Shri Rohit Mehra, Additional CIT, Northwest Region, for his efforts towards sustainable development through microforestry. Srimati Neeta Singh, ADG, Directorate of HRD, New Delhi, for cadre and APAR management and for launching e-office and Sparrow. Ms. Sarika Jain, DCIT, Mumbai region, for her contribution as a COVID-19 warrior. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. There are many other officials whose efforts have helped the Income Tax Department in staying true to its vision and mission. We hope that under the guidance of Honorable Finance Minister, the contribution of more such officials would be recognized in future years through such rewards. I now request the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to share some words of wisdom with the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Thanks. Good evening. Chairman of the Board, Shri Nitin Gupta. Member of the Board, Srimati Anuja Sarangi. Members of the Board, others who are present before me, officers, award winners, and parents and relatives of those who have won the awards who have come over here, and the media. Finance Minister's award ceremony is a very important event, I understand, in being a big source of motivation for all the officers who slog throughout the year. From the report given earlier, this program is being held after a gap of about 3 to 4 years. And in between, I think 2 years went without any awards. But it doesn't undermine the seriousness with which selections are made. And this year, the award winners have done very well for themselves, but served the country even during the pandemic. And therefore, a special word of appreciation for all that you've done. Very well deserved. I'm very thankful that despite the COVID and despite all the kinds of adjustments that you had to do to your routine day's work, particularly because even as the challenge of COVID was on, we had, without any reduction in the intensity with which we were bringing in the faceless system, officers were at it. There wasn't a voice of, oh, it is getting too much on us because we are doing our usual business and also getting to do the faceless system. It became a part of all that you were doing and never gave an impression that it was an additional adjustment that you're making to your daily routine. So even on that, for having fitted yourself so well into the changing work patterns, I give a word of appreciation for having very easily, like fish taking to water, you took to technology and enabled the faceless process. I distinctly Honorable Prime Minister, I think it was a conference, the launch happened. The Honorable Prime Minister introduced it and launched the system and said that I'm sure is going to bring in better work culture and also give a better experience for the tax assessees via VC. But even there were a few members of the board who were telling me that probably there are voices here and there of people saying, will it work, will it not work, Will it take off? Will it really help us in serving? And so on. So the hesitation which was there in the minds of a few people were also overcome, even though the whispers were there earlier, but the whispers did not continue for too long. Everyone thought, all right, this is also another thing that we'll have to adjust to, and not just as adjusted, but performed through that. So I really do think it's time appropriate for me to say, whilst the award winners have got it for specific contribution, all of you all deserve a word of appreciation for having really brought in the faceless system in its true letter and spirit. And this, I repeat, was during COVID. It wasn't easy at all. So that is something where you showed your commitment and kept up the promise and the dedication with which you brought the system in, sooner adjusted. And today, if I go anywhere, there is no word of worry about the faceless. There could be one or two things that we can tweak for the convenience of the SSC without undermining the original objective with which faceless was brought in. The data which keeps coming tells us that direct taxation and tax collection is sustaining a momentum. There was a time in 2020 and also early 2021, you had a lot of observers talking about the Indian economy, the principles of taxation, also questioning how the indirect taxes are contributing a lot more than direct taxes, and questions of equity was being raised, saying, is this an India which is going to earn more revenue from indirect, which falls on everybody, taxation, rather than through direct taxation, which falls only on those who can earn, those who can pay that rate of tax which is imposed on them. So the broader principles, which I don't need to tell you, I'm sure you've heard this, the broader principle is more equitable, and it justifies the principles of good taxation regimen than collecting disproportionately more through indirect taxation. But that was only for a few months. But after that, the easy, smooth way in which direct taxation and revenue collected from direct tax improved and improved substantially, that it today probably is at par or even one better than the indirect tax collection. That's brought in a principle of equity. That has brought in a principle of equity because taxation will have to be on those who can pay better, pay more, and who can have the shoulders to bear the tax, not on small items of daily use. So that momentum being maintained is essentially because of the efforts that you're all putting in. With the faceless coming in and with a lot of technology which is being put to use, the fear of the tax authority is probably reduced. I wouldn't say it's gone off completely, reduced. And there is complete hope in the minds of the taxpayers that there is now a non-discretionary way in which tax is being collected. There's no subjectivity or no discretion which is on play, and as a result of which grievances can grow. So adapting or adoption of technology and efficiently being able to put that to use has actually helped in two ways. One, your revenue efficiency, collection efficiency has gone up, and two, people are able to see that there's no discretion which is coming in the way. So we should keep that going. Pre-filled forms have also had a good lot of reception. People see that it is not intended in a malicious sort of way, because you're able to tell them, look, these are things which are coming in your name. Are you able to recognize, identify, agree to it? Then tell us. If not, also tell us to remove it. That approach has made SSC, some of them have strangely told me, I had even forgotten that I had a fixed deposit in some place where I had worked 20 years ago, and you brought that to picture. It's really glad now I can go claim it, equally pay tax on it. So there's that sense in the taxpayer's mind that this is done with a very bona fide intention. It has revived a lot of interest about how finances are getting all tied together, and there are no loose ends, either to the tax assessee's advantage or to the authority's advantage. So that's brought in a sense of fairness in the mind, and therefore people seem to like the idea of pre-filled forms being given to them. One request which I would have for the board will be to have the younger flock of officers to have greater technology exposure. They should be given a lot more, playing around with technologies so that they know how to go about using it effectively to identify the trail which is otherwise not coming on board. So they can give us a lot more imaginative ways in which they can handle it and give us results. That's not to say the others don't have to learn at all. It might help all of us to be at least adept at using, whether you use it or not, you should be at any point in time completely efficient or completely knowledgeable on the matter. So greater technology emphasis. One thing which for the GST and the indirect tax which I had proposed, and which both the Revenue Secretary, who's not here today because he's abroad, and also the Chairman CBIC have both gladly and readily agreed to, is there will be a curriculum designed, and there shall be a day-long workshop, and the curriculum will be prepared jointly by both the board and also by the technology advisors, who could be top-notch companies, whoever they are. And together, when the curriculum is ready, it can be given for greater flexible and more savvy ways of using technology. CBIC has readily agreed to have that done, and that, I think, will definitely enthuse the younger officers, because they're going to have to start their career in a lot more technology-infused way of working than ever before. So for them, it will be a very quick adjustment time, and also to enable them will be of great use. But with all the technology, and with all that I'm talking about technology, readiness to use, meaningfulness, acceptability from the assessees, all that said, what is more important is we are going back to the basics in some ways. I think there are 3 R's which are going to govern us always, irrespective of the technology, adaptability, and everything else. We should continue with that. We should progress with that. But the 3 R's, back again, are assess and process the returns in time. Returns, the first R. Deal with them quickly, efficiently, and systematically. Don't lose time on that, because the assessees feel, I'm waiting for it. Why don't you process my returns sooner? Second would be speedy refund. You've been doing very well, much better than what it was before. Even more attention will have to be given to very quickly dispose of the refunds. There shouldn't be an excuse for holding back refunds for longer. Doing it off later, and I grant it to you. I hear more of, I've got my refund within 48 hours. So quick, but even more efficient ways of refund being processed will definitely have a lot of goodwill for the department, and that is earned without much of an effort, so it is not difficult to put it to practice. So that's my second R. Going back to the basic, nothing new that I'm saying. And finally, the third R is redressal of grievance. Even today, I feel there are some cases which are pending forever. There may be complications. It may be a case ridden with too many ifs and buts. But you are the final authority. Why wouldn't you want to redress it? Why wouldn't you want to redress it in time, or let know that this is going to take a lot of time, it is not within your powers, or it is not possible to untie all those knots and get relief? So let there be an approach where it is possible to do it, deliver on it. Where it is rather too complicated and you need greater participation of others to clear it, or it has to go to the court at any point in time, send it to the court. Don't keep it on your tables. So I would think technology, faceless not just in assessment but also in appeals, all that said and done, you will still progress far more with technology. I'm with you all for it. And the department will have to go on investing more that the technology is kept up in terms of its sophistication. But what is well within you and never going to change, and never needs anything more than proper timely attention, are these 3 R's. So please ensure that the returns, the first R, are assessed and processed quickly. The second is your refund, process it and send it off at the earliest. You earn a lot of goodwill without having to do anything more. And the third is redressal of grievance. So please do attend to grievances. If necessary, the board will have to spend at least a week in a year, dedicated week in a year, where you sit and clear it up. Like from the 2nd of October, banks are going to go through a campaign mode. 2nd October to 30th October. They're going to clear all the old files. They're going to attend to all those VIP letters, ministers' letters, requesting for something, pending. They're going to have a campaign to clear it up. I don't know if you're doing the same cleaning up campaign between the 2nd and the 30th. It should not just be for clearing up the old junked files. You do that as well. But I would think similarly you should, if possible, add to this or do a week of purely redressal of grievance. It should be seen done so that public know there is a dedicated time for grievance. They're doing it for the first time this year. Do it so that people know that you're willing to address it. You may still end up with not having done a few. You couldn't do it. That's okay. But at least for those few who got their grievances redressed, it's going to be a great relief. So I don't think at this stage there's so much more to say. Keep up the good work. The country needs that support. Revenue is absolutely the lifeblood for the country at a time when, of course, we're talking about next 25 years when we have so many more commitments. Digitize the country. Give better infrastructure. Take care of the poor. Ensure that everybody gets their house, water, drinking, and so on. It is this revenue, it is this taxpayers' money which is going to help governments to take it forward. And it is this money which state governments look forward on a timely devolution so that they can carry forward, and they are at the coal face, at the front, in the field. And they need that timely resources to be spent. You're doing it, continue to do it. And like the way GST every month on the 1st we announced, this is the correction of last month. I think from this month you've started doing on the 9th, announcing what you're collecting. Actually, that has brought in a lot of positivity in the country. It's brought in a lot of optimism in the country. People are able to see that revenue collection is being announced. People are able to see what the progress is. And in fact, that's become like a litmus test for how the economy is moving. Is it moving forward faster, in a good angle, or is it going on a flat course? So every 9th and every 1st of the month, first for GST and the 9th of the month, I wake up rather too early to say what is the figure. It's become part of our system, work culture. But good. I think I have nothing to worry about what's going to come on 1st of every month, because GST is also sustaining the momentum as much as you're all maintaining the momentum on direct taxes. So all the very best. I think we should contribute well in our roles so that Sabka Prayas can take the country forward. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, ma'am. Your words are truly inspiring and would continue to motivate us all towards our work. हम आज के कार्यक्रम के अंतिम पड़ाव पर पहुंच गए हैं. मेरा श्री रजत बंसल सर, प्रधान मुख्य आयकर आयुक्त दिल्ली से अनुरोध है कि वे धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव प्रस्तुत करें।
Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Kishanrao Karad, Chairman CBDT, Shri Nitin Gupta, members of CBDT, recipients of FM Award and their family members, friends from media, officers and officials present. As we come to the close of this ceremony, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. At the outset, I express heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Minister of Finance, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, for leading this initiative from the front and being a constant source of encouragement. Madam, we are grateful to you for sparing your valuable time to grace this occasion. Madam, your indomitable spirit and inspiring address motivates us to do our best for the nation. I express sincere thanks to Honorable Ministers of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary and Dr. Bhagwat Kishanrao Karad for your gracious presence on this occasion. Sir, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your words of appreciation, motivation and inspiration, which will encourage the employees of the department in their commitment towards nation building. I express deep gratitude to Chairman CBDT Shri Nitin Gupta and Member Administration and Faceless Srimati Anuja Sarangi for wholehearted support and guidance in organizing this initiative. Sir and Madam, we thank you for all the hand-holding. I take this opportunity to congratulate the winners and wish them success in their careers ahead. At the end, I'll be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the contribution and hard work of officers and officials from Principal DG HRD, Principal DG Administration, and Principal CC Delhi in organizing this function. Thank you, everyone.
थैंक यू सर। आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि राष्ट्रगान के लिए कृपया अपने स्थान पर खड़े हो जाएं। ऑल आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू स्टैंड फॉर नेशनल एंथम। I request all to be seated. I request the dignitaries on dais to come on the front of the stage for the group picture with the awardees.
Thank you, ma'am.
All are requested